Top 10 most surprising modes of transportation in Africa. Africa's immense geographical and cultural diversity is reflected vividly in how its people move from place to place. Spanning 54 countries and covering deserts, savannas, jungles, and coastlines, the continent's varied landscapes have fostered ingenious and sometimes unexpected modes of transportation. While some travelers envision modern highways and ride-hailing apps in bustling cities like Lagos or Nairobi, others may picture donkey carts trudging through remote villages or pirogues gliding along coastal waters. Indeed, Africa's transportation scene is marked by a mix of tradition and innovation, fueled by necessity, cultural identity, and resourcefulness. In this exploration of Africa's top 10 most surprising modes of transport, we will travel through city streets and desert dunes alike, discovering how creative solutions emerge amid infrastructural challenges and unique local customs. From wooden scooters in the Democratic Republic of the Congo to vibrant minibuses in Ghana, each method reveals the spirit of adaptation, enterprise, and cultural pride that makes African mobility so compelling. 1. Matatus in Kenya. Kenya's matatus capture the creative pulse of East Africa's bustling urban centers. Originally, the name derived from a phrase meaning 3 cents, referencing the low fares once charged. Today, matatus are privately run minibuses, or vans that dominate public transport in cities like Nairobi and Mombasa. Painted in dazzling colors and adorned with graffiti-style art, these vehicles proudly display images of celebrities, pop culture icons, and religious messages. The competition to attract passengers is fierce, leading operators to equip their matatus with booming sound systems, TV screens, and sometimes even Wi-Fi. More than just transport, matatus embody youthful energy and serve as mobile billboards for music genres such as reggae, hip-hop, and gengetone. Despite their cultural significance, they face ongoing scrutiny due to overcrowding and road safety issues. New regulations mandate seat belts, fewer passengers per vehicle, and standardized fares. Nevertheless, matatus remain integral to Kenyan daily life, bridging economic, social, and generational divides while offering an authentic slice of urban culture. T2. Chukudu in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. In the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, particularly around Goma, the Chukudu stands out as an ingenious response to limited transport infrastructure. At a glance, it appears as a wooden scooter, often handmade from tree trunks, planks, and repurposed rubber tires. However, the Chukudu's unassuming design belies its ability to carry heavy loads such as sacks of produce, bundles of firewood, and even building materials. It is pushed rather than pedaled, requiring constant human effort, yet demands neither fuel nor electricity. The Chukudu emerged as a practical lifeline in regions plagued by conflict and poor roads, where vehicles are hard to maintain or simply too expensive. Local artisans construct these scooters with basic tools, while repairs can be done quickly using scavenged parts. Thus, the Chukudu not only enhances mobility, but also supports local economies, enabling small traders and farmers to transport goods. Tied deeply to local resilience, it symbolizes human tenacity, demonstrating how creativity flourishes under adversity. Horaders 3. Pirogues in West Africa. Throughout West Africa's coasts and rivers, pirogues, long, narrow canoes, serve as indispensable vessels for fishing, trading, and crossing waterways. Crafted from wood and painted with vibrant patterns, they are often adorned with cultural symbols and words of blessing or protection. These canoes come in various sizes. Small pirogues ferry passengers across short distances, while larger models venture into the open ocean for fishing expeditions. Beyond their visual appeal, pirogues are adapted to local conditions. In shallow lagoons, they are propelled by poles or paddles, allowing precise navigation among mangroves and sandbars. Elsewhere, small outboard motors are fitted for faster, longer journeys. Coastal communities rely on them daily, using them to transport goods like fresh fish, vegetables, or even livestock between remote villages. Pirogues also play roles in cultural events. Races and festivals sometimes revolve around these boats, underscoring a long-standing heritage of maritime craftsmanship and a deep bond between people and water. Fourth, tuk-tuks in East Africa. Originally popular in parts of Asia, tuk-tuks, also called bajaj or rickshaws, have become a common sight in several East African cities, including Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Characterized by 3 wheels, a compact cabin, and a small engine, tuk-tuks excel at weaving through heavy traffic and narrow streets. They offer quick point-to-point service, making them popular for short commutes and for navigating areas where larger vehicles might struggle. Their affordability and low fuel consumption make tuk-tuks appealing to drivers looking to start small businesses. Passengers often enjoy a lively experience, as some tuk-tuks are decorated with colorful stickers, LED lights, or even modest sound systems. Though safety regulations differ by country, initiatives aimed at standardizing helmets, licenses, and roadworthiness are increasingly common. Tuk-tuks have thus evolved into a staple urban transport mode, bridging gaps in public transit while embracing a fusion of practicality and playful local customization. Count 5. Moluwe in Nigeria. Few images evoke the spirit of Lagos as vividly as the iconic Moluwe. These large, typically battered yellow buses used to rumble through the city's streets, packed with passengers in every conceivable space, from seats to stairwells. Once a cornerstone of mass transit for millions of Lagosians, the Moluwe offered inexpensive fares that appealed to workers, traders, and students alike. Despite their cultural significance, Moluwe buses were infamous for overcrowding and questionable mechanical conditions. Conductors would hang out of open doors, shouting destinations in Pidgin English or Yoruba, while hawkers strolled the aisles selling snacks or traditional cures. Over time, city authorities introduced modern, regulated bus services and rapid transit schemes, gradually phasing out the Moluwe. Yet, it lingers in Lagosian memory and pop culture, capturing a rough-and-ready sense of hustle, community, and grit. Even as new forms of transport emerge, the legend of the Moluwe continues to symbolize the city's restless energy and resourcefulness. 6. Camel caravans in the Sahara, traversing the deserts of North and West Africa. The camel caravan remains one of the oldest and most iconic modes of transportation on the continent. In countries like Mauritania, Mali, and Niger, caravans once carried salt, gold, spices, and other goods across vast dune landscapes as part of thriving trans-Saharan trade routes. Camels, often referred to as the ships of the desert, possess remarkable adaptations for enduring scorching heat, limited water, and shifting sand. Though modern roads and vehicles now connect some desert regions, camel caravans persist where infrastructure is sparse or where tradition dictates. Nomadic communities such as the Tuareg maintain ancestral knowledge about navigating dunes, locating hidden oases, and caring for these hardy animals. Caravans serve practical and cultural functions. They transport essential items, foster trade, and reinforce long-standing cultural identities. Visitors eager for an immersive desert adventure can join guided camel treks, experiencing the timeless rhythms of life beneath star-filled Saharan skies. 7. Boda Boda in East Africa. Throughout East Africa, particularly in Uganda and Kenya, boda bodas are synonymous with swift and flexible transport. Initially bicycle taxis on dusty border towns, ferrying people border to border, they have largely evolved into motorcycle taxis. Drivers, often young entrepreneurs, rely on these small motorbikes to navigate congested urban roads or traverse bumpy rural paths, delivering passengers to destinations that are unreachable by larger vehicles. Boda bodas thrive on speed and convenience. In cities like Kampala, they can zip between cars stuck in gridlock, cutting travel times substantially. However, their rise comes with challenges. Safety remains a pressing concern, as reckless driving or lack of helmets contribute to high accident rates. Governments have introduced regulations such as mandatory rider registration and the use of protective gear to mitigate these risks. Despite such hurdles, boda bodas endure as a significant component of East Africa's urban fabric, reflecting both the determination and adaptability of local communities to overcome infrastructural shortcomings. 8. Trotro in Ghana. In Ghana, the trotro holds an almost legendary status as a cost-effective means of transport. These are minibuses or vans, often imports from Europe or Asia, refitted to seat as many passengers as possible. Plying routes across Accra, Kumasi, and beyond, trotros rely on a dynamic, if somewhat chaotic, boarding process. Drivers typically wait at busy stations until the vehicle is full, then speed off, collecting additional fares along the way. Mates, conductors, handle fare collection, shouting destinations and packing passengers in tight. While this can lead to overcrowding, Ghanaians often view trotro travel as a vibrant social experience. Conversations, music, and even spontaneous sales of food or phone credit create an atmosphere that blends community engagement with practical mobility. Safety concerns exist, particularly when trotros are poorly maintained, but the system nonetheless provides vital connectivity at affordable prices. For locals and tourists alike, riding a trotro is a quintessential Ghanaian encounter, encompassing the nation's spirited hustle and communal sensibility. 9. Donkey carts in rural communities. In many rural or semi-arid parts of Africa, such as Botswana, Namibia, and Ethiopia, donkey carts remain indispensable, providing an ecologically friendly solution for moving people and goods. Typically constructed with a wooden chassis and simple wheels, they rely on the stamina of donkeys, which are well suited to harsh climates where vegetation is sparse. Because donkeys need minimal upkeep compared to tractors or trucks, these carts offer a cost-effective transport mode for smallholder farmers. Whether carrying water from distant wells, delivering produce to market, or bringing children to school, donkey carts link remote communities with vital resources. In some regions, owning a donkey or cart can be a household's lifeline, ensuring that families can survive droughts or economic hardships. Traditional knowledge about donkey care, harnessing, and cart maintenance is often passed down through generations, contributing to cultural continuity. Even as motorized transport expands, donkey carts persist as symbols of resilience, adaptability, and communal solidarity in Africa's rural heartlands. 10th Sotrama in Mali. In Bamako, Mali's lively capital, the ubiquitous Sotrama defines everyday travel for countless residents. The term refers to green-painted minibuses that were once associated with the State Transport Authority but are now largely run by private operators. Offering frequent, if somewhat erratic, services, Sotramas ply both main thoroughfares and smaller neighborhood roads, often gathering passengers at makeshift stops where a conductor shouts out the destination. Though each Sotrama has a nominal capacity, peak hour crowds frequently push that limit. Decorated with colorful motifs or political slogans, these minibuses reflect Bamako's vibrant street culture. Music, from local Wassoulou rhythms to global pop hits, often blasts from tinny speakers inside. While the informal nature of Sotrama transport can pose safety and regulatory challenges, many locals rely on them for daily commutes to work, school, or the market. For newcomers, stepping onto a packed Sotrama is both an exercise in adaptability and a window into the city's bustling communal energy. Conclusion. From the donkey carts of rural villages to the matatus surging through Nairobi, Africa's transportation modes are as diverse and dynamic as the continent itself. In regions where modern infrastructure is scarce or prohibitively expensive, creative solutions thrive, whether in the form of wooden scooters, camel caravans crossing scorching deserts, or bicycle taxis that evolved into motorcycles. In bustling urban hubs, locals have refined and personalized vehicles like minibuses and three-wheeled rickshaws to accommodate not only practical needs but also cultural expressions, infusing them with art, music, and entrepreneurial flair. Each of these 10 modes represents a unique narrative of adaptation, reflecting how communities persevere under differing economic and environmental conditions. Some, like the Molwe in Lagos, occupy a nostalgic corner in local lore, while others, such as tuk-tuks or boda-bodas, continue to shape contemporary cityscapes. The importance of these varied transport methods cannot be overstated. They connect remote hamlets to vital resources, support small-scale trade, and unite city dwellers in their daily journeys. Ultimately, they embody Africa's resilience, linking tradition and innovation with every turn of the wheel or step of a donkey's hoof.